Welcome to IndyCar News in 5 minutes. I'm IndyCar Dad, and let's go. In IndyCar News this week, they released the track map for the Epstein 250. Yeah, I'm surprised by the track because it's almost all lefts with only one right hand turn. I try not to judge too much because IndyCar puts on a good show no matter what the track is. Even ovals are fantastic, so this race with only one right hand turn, the racing still might be good. The racing in Arlington was really good. The Java House Grand Prix of Arlington was fun to watch. If you didn't see the race, despite his pit crew trying very hard to throw it all away, Kyle Kirkwood won the race in grand fashion. He did it entirely on pace, and he even caught, passed, and then gapped Alex Palou. It was a pretty impressive display of speed. The top five were Kirkwood, Palou, Will Power, Marcus Ericsson, and Pato O'Ward. So three Andretti's in the top five. 6 through 10 was Malukas. Seventh place should have gone to Rosenquist, but there's a penalty that put him back to 20th. Seventh went to Lundgaard, Scott Dixon, Rossi, and Marcus Armstrong rounded out the top 10. 22 cars finished the race, so there was not a lot of attrition. There was only actually one caution, and it happened 4 laps from the end. Christian Rasmussen had some trouble. But this gave us the promise of a 1-lap shootout, which would have been great, except Nolan Siegel, Kiffin Simpson ran into Nolan Siegel, who ran into Grosjean and put out the yellow flag, and the race ended under yellow. So, so it was a great race. It was fun to watch. The track looked amazing, and people who attended it said they had a great time. So let's talk about winners and losers. Well, the big winner today was the Andretti team. I mean, they finished first, third, and fourth with Alex Palou in there at second. So pretty amazing. A winner, of course, Kyle Kirkwood really showed himself to be a generational talent today. He was fantastic. Will Power did great as well on the podium. And also Will's been talking about how the team is developing the car around him, and he's really excited, and he thinks that the Andretti team has the best people in the pit lane. Marcus Ericsson had a great weekend. He finished fourth. He also won the pole, which Marcus Ericsson hadn't won a pole in a long time. So it's very interesting. And he's never won one in IndyCar. Another person I'd call a winner today was Kyle Collette. He finished 12th place, but he was up there racing Scott McLaughlin and other people, Alexander Rossi today. So Kyle Collette looked really good. And then the final winner, and this hurts me to say it, but Jerry Jones really looked like a winner. He put on a heck of a race, and the facility was great. Everybody's talking that it was best of breed for an IndyCar road, street course. So really great. Some losers. Joseph Newgarden came into this race leading the points, and he finished 15th today. He just never really seemed to be on top of the car. Poor Joseph, I guess. I like Joseph, but just didn't have it this weekend. Mick Schumacher is definitely in the loser column. He's over 3, man. He finished a lap down here in 22nd place. He's just doing poorly, you know. Next race in 2 weeks is Barber, and it's a natural road course. Maybe Mick will do better there. And Nolan Siegel is a loser. His teammates finished 5th and 7th, and Nolan was running in 20th place all day long and ended up finishing 24th. And Rasmussen had another bad week. So, I mean, people talk about him like he's fast, but he's not finishing these races. So, people worked hard today. Kyle Kirkwood worked hard because his pit crew just kept dropping wheel nuts and stuff like that, and just the stops were really slow. And Scott Dixon worked hard today. He immediately went off strategy and was nowhere near the leaders, but he ended up finishing 8th place, which is kind of a Scott Dixon kind of thing to do. People got burned badly today. I would say Rosenquist got burned badly today. He was in the top 8 all day, led laps, looked good. He was looking good for a 7th place finish. And then at the final restart, they had this weird, like, the race restarts at this one place, but you can't pass until after the next corner. There was a line. And Rosenquist, you know, they go green, 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 and he passed Malukas going into that corner and completed the pass before the line. So he actually got penalized instead of having him give back 6th place or maybe a couple of position penalties. They put him at the tail end of the lead lap, so he ended up finishing 20th. So I think that's a burn. If I were the team, I'd appeal that. I'm not sure if it's appealable, but man, that's a harsh penalty for a slip up. Let's see, is there any gossip? I don't have any gossip. I wasn't at the track this weekend. But man, if I was Nolan Siegel, I'd be real nervous. Zach Brown wasn't at the F1 race this weekend. He was at the IndyCar race. And, Nolan's just biting it these days. So I hope Linus Lindquist is near his telephone because I'd like to see him back in the series. So that's IndyCar news in 5 minutes. Coming up in 2 weeks is Barber, and I'll be posting on my IndyCar Dad Instagram and TikTok accounts during the next 2 weeks, and I'll do a podcast following that race. Thanks for watching.